Hey there, everybody. Tony Porter, Cars and Dice, 1980, Oakland, August 9th, Saturday, August 9th. It is Seattle at Oakland. Rick Honeycutt, the lefty, versus the ace of the athletic staff, Mike Norris. Score is 3-3, and we are in the top of the sixth. Going to be Joe Simpson, Danny Meyer, and Willie Horton. We're rolling 2d6 and of course a d20. Everything comes from that one roll, and that's a 65, so that's a pitcher home run. Now Norris is a B, so that's 1-7. We rolled a 4. Let's see if Simpson has a negative. He does. And does he have any other homers? No, he does not. So that's ground ball, second base for out number 1. Norris doesn't allow a lot of home runs, so he's protected at that 65 number. Here's Danny Meyer with a 63, and that is going to be an out. Ball hit right back to Norris, feels his position and throws out Meyer. And here's Willie Horton, 2 out, nobody on, 44, and that is line base hit, left field. Thrown in by Henderson to shortstop Guerrero, and Horton is on with a 2-out single. Here's Leon Roberts, and that's going to be a 32, a blank, and a 32 is going to be a bouncer to third. Long throw to first by McKay, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mario Guerrero leading it off against Rick Honeycutt. He's a C today. A 42 will be a base on balls. And that is the 5th walk allowed by Honeycutt. All right, so here at 6th inning in the tie game, we're going to square away with McKay, and that's going to be a strikeout. So he bunts it foul. Next up is Jeff Cox, and that's a 42, which would be a base on balls. So again, Honeycutt having control problems. Ricky Henderson up next, 1st and 2nd with 1 out. Henderson today is 1 for 3. He reached on an error, singled, moved to 2nd on a wild pitch and scored a run in the 3rd inning. And then he flied out to center. Here's a pitch from Honeycutt, a 55, and that is lined for a base hit. And let's see if anybody scores on that. Guerrero is maybe a fast, but we're going to have to check. Runner on 2nd, F scores. Let's see if Guerrero's an F. Yeah, he is not, so he's going to hold up at 3rd base. Bases are loaded. So sometimes the speed of the runner takes effect. Other times it's the arm ability of the outfielder that plays a role. So lately, I think the last month or so, Ricky Henderson has been on fire. And here's Dwayne Murphy with the bases loaded. You know what? We're going to play the corners in and the infield halfway for a double play. Here's a pitch. It's a 41. That's ball 4. That's going to force in a run. So an RBI, and the A's take a 4-3 lead. Everybody moves up 1. And that's going to be 20-29. So Honeycutt is struggling with his control. So that's an RBI for Murphy. That's that little circle. It says he drove in the 7th player. And here's Estienne with the bases loaded. Again, corners in, middle halfway for the double play. And that's a 15, which will, if it's a grounder, it will be an 18, which is a fly ball center field with the bases loaded. And that will be, my friends, bases loaded, holes, risk chart. To center field, the center fielder is Roberts, Leon Roberts. His arm is a strong arm, so we will not try to score on that. It's a fly out to center. Now the infield plays at regular depth with 2 outs, bases loaded, and here's Tony Armas, who's tripled. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI triple, a run scored, and a walk. So the score is 4-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Tony Armas has a chance to break this wide open. Here's a pitch, and that is a 62. And let's just check one thing. A 62 will be a blank, and that goes to an out, and that out is a pop-up right side. Racing in is the right fielder Simpson, and he's there, and that retires the side. But the A's pick up a run on 3 walks and a hit, and they lead it by a score of 4-3. So we got a pretty good game going here. 4-3, top of the 7th. Mike Norris leads the league in complete games. Probably going to get another one here today. That's a 65. That's a pitcher home run straight up. But again, it's only 1-7, so that will be a bouncer to second base. 1 down. Nice play by second baseman Jeff Cox. Here is Ted Cox. We got 3 Cox in this game. And that's what she said. 35. That's a blank. And 35 on Norris will be a bouncer to the shortstop. Waits back, now charges. Guerrero fires the first. 2 down. And here is Larry Cox with a 34. And a 34 will be a pop-up. Middle infield, second baseman Jeff Cox makes the catch, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for excuse me, Mike Norris. All right, Jeff Newman leading off the bottom of the 7th inning. So it's the 7th inning stretch. Get over to your concession stand and get right back before the game gets underway. Here's Jeff Newman. He's a right-handed hitter. He's 1 for 2 today. Here's a pitch from Honeycutt at 23. Will be a strikeout. So Honeycutt gets him with the curveball. And Mike Heath, who's 0 for 2 today. And that's a 63, and that will be an out. And that's bounced to the third baseman, Cox, Ted Cox, and Ted Cox throws him out. And here's Mario Guerrero with a 24, and that 1-2 is a 1-2 is a hit by pitch, but we roll a 10, and that will be a line out to center field. So hit it on the screws, but right at the center fielder, Leon Roberts, and that is 3 up, 3 down. We go top of the 8th inning. 4-3 Athletics. Now Honeycutt now is in a tenuous situation in that if he allows a base runner, will get pulled, whereas Norris has plenty of endurance left. So here's Mario Mendoza leading off the top of the 8th inning. That's a 41. That will be a walk. Ball 4. And Mendoza reaches. He is at an A speed. And here's Julio Cruz. We're going to bunt with Cruz. He's an excellent bunter. Oh, and he bunts it foul. Strikes out. And here's Joe Simpson with a 53. That's going to be a range check, and that's going to be some sort of a range hit, and that's a single to center field. There's no way that Leon Roberts has a terrible range, so that's a single to center. Runner moves up 1. So now the Mariners have a little something going here with runners on first and second, only 1 out. And here's Danny Meyer. Meyer's 1 for 3, tripled, drove in 2 in the 3rd inning. Scores 4-3 in the top of the 8th. This is 1980. My replay already 1/3 of the way into August. Numbers are looking very, very good. Outstanding, very close. Here's Danny Meyer. Pitch from Norris. And that is going to be a deep drive, and that's going to be over the center fielder's head, hit off the base of the wall. That's at least a double. Let's see if we can get any more out of it. And if center fielder has a W arm, which he does not, so they're going to stop. They're going to stop Simpson at 3rd, but 1 run scores. The game is tied, and the Mariners have 2nd and 3rd. So an RBI there for Danny Meyer, 2nd hit of the day. 4-4 here in the top of the 8th inning. And the infield will be in. You know what? We're going to walk Horton. And intentionally walk Horton and pitch to Roberts. And now what we're going to do is play corners in middle halfway. Here's a pitch to Roberts. 46. That's a ballpark. And that is a drive off the bat of Roberts. And that ball is way back. And that's out of here. Grand slam. And the Seattle Mariners have retaken the lead. A grand slam by Leon Roberts here in the top of the 8th inning off the Athletics ace Mike Norris. Has put the, that's, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 place batters. So score now is 8-3. I'm sorry, 8-3 in the top of the 8th. And that's it for Norris. He gets knocked out of the game. I think that's the first time this season that he's got knocked out of the game. Holy smokes. We roll that 46, which is a ballpark, and then with that one, and since Roberts had ballpark home run on a 1, that's a home run here at Oakland County Alameda, or Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. All right, so let's see who we're going to go to replace Norris here. See who we got. And it's going to be, we're going to go to, he's got 8 left and he's got 6 left. We're going to go to Lacey. Spacey Lacey, Bob Lacey, lefty, coming in to replace Norris. Norris has given up 8 runs. Holy smokes, we're going to roll for Lacey's stuff today. His bullpen looks excellent. He's an A. And let's do it. Bill Stein, a right-hander. Pitch from Lacey. It's a 12, and that is a fly ball left field for out number 2. Ted Cox up next. And that's a 34, and that will be a fly ball again to left. Towards the line is Henderson. He makes the catch, and that retires the side, but not before. The Mariners pick up 5 runs on 1, 2, 3. 3 hits, 2 walks, and the big blow is the Leon Roberts grand slam. Holy smokes. Holy Toledo, as they say in Toledo. All right. Dave McKay. So again, Rick Honeycutt is in that situation where if he allows a base runner, he's out. Here's a pitch to McKay, a 33, and that is ripped to center field for a base hit. Leadoff single. And an 8-3. I'm sorry, 8-4 ball game. And that's going to be it for Honeycutt. He's going to get replaced here. 4K 8. Hold on a second. On the 4th. Alright, it's a 4-3. Excuse me, that's an 8. Alright. Okay, we're looking to replace Honeycutt, and we're going to replace him with he can go a while. Okay, he's got 20 to go. Raleigh. We're going to bring in Roberts again. Dave Roberts, he's a lefty. And we're going to roll for him, and he's going to be a stuff. So Roberts, his name is Dave Roberts, and he has his A stuff. He will be pitching to Jeff Cox with 1 on, nobody out, bottom of the 8th. 8-4 Mariners, a 54. That's a 54 chart with a runner on. That will be go to the Wilder chart. And the Wilder chart says lead runner picked off by catcher, roll a D6. My catcher Essien has a strong arm, so 1-5 he's picked off. And he is picked off. And let's read anything else. If D6 roll is 6, then the runner is safe and possible wild throw. Roll D20 versus catcher E rating. So I rolled a 5, so I don't a 2, so I don't have to do any of that. But Essien is a strong arm, so he picks off the runner at first. It's a 2, 3. So manager's not going to be happy. Billy Martin's not going to be happy about that. And that's a 22, which is a base on balls. Cox walks. And he's going to be running. There he goes. These A's. And he is safe at second base. And we're going to see if there's an error. Oh, nope. See if there's an error on the catcher. It has to be really low. Nope. So he steals. And Cox is going to try to steal third. There he goes. And he is, let's see. Kyle Cox is an average arm. He steals third. All right, so 1 out, runner on third. 2 stolen bases for Cox. That's pretty hilarious. Down by 4, but I think Billy Martin's A's played that way. And that's infield back. A 56 will be a strikeout. So Henderson strikes out for out number 2. And here's Dwayne Murphy. Murphy's 0 for 3 today. And a deep drive off the bat of Murphy, and that is skips past the center fielder Robertson, goes to the wall, scoring easily is Cox. So that's going to be a double, RBI double for Dwayne Murphy. And the score is 8-5. All right, 8-5 here in the bottom of the 8th inning with a runner on second base, and up comes Jim Essien. Here's the pitch, and that's a 52. Ooh, that may be an error. We're going to check the shortstop. Shortstop Mendoza is a 9, so that will be an error. He boots it, and that's a 1-base error. So going to third is Murphy. E6, first and third now. That's a second error committed by the Mariners today. And first and third, here's Tony Armas. So a home run here will tie up the game. Here's a pitch to Armas from Roberts. And that's a 33, and that's lined for a base hit. A run will score. Essien will stop at second base. So RBI single. And the score now is 8-6. Here's Jeff Newman. Jeff Newman has some power as well. Hit 15 home runs and 400 bats, 430 bats. So he is the go-ahead run now. Tying runs are on base. Essien at second. Armas at first. 2 outs. And here's a pitch to Jeff Newman. Oh, that's 33, and that's going to be strike 3, and that retires the side. So 2 runs on 3 hits. 8-6, top of the 9th. Lacey will be facing Larry Cox and Mario Mendoza, and then the lineup will turn over. It will be Julio Cruz. Here's the pitch. That's a 62, which will be a strikeout. So downswing goes Larry Cox, Mario Mendoza, the Mendoza line, and that is going to be ball 4. So he walks Mendoza, he's 1 for 2 today with 2 walks. So he's been on 3 times. Julio Cruz, we're going to try a hit and run. He's a B. Where's my hit and run card? Here it is. And there goes a runner, 24. There goes the runner, and that is going to be, where is the good card? Here it is, and that's a 2-4 with a 6. And it's going to be right back to the pitcher, but he only has 1 play. That's the first, so an insurance run stands at second base. And here's Joe Simpson. Simpson is 2 for 4 today with an RBI, 2 singles and an RBI, 2 runs scored. Here's the pitch. That's a 14, and that is lined and caught by the second baseman to retire the side. Got a nice mix of outs in this game. I don't know if you noticed that. You got a K, you got a walk, and then you got a comebacker to the pitcher, and then you got to line out to second base. Every inning has pretty much something unique that happens in it. All right. And Mike Heath is leading off the bottom of the ninth. This is last licks. The score is 8-6 Seattle Mariners. They scored 5 runs with a grand slam being the big hit in the top of the 8th inning to take the lead. Mike Norris got driven from the game. All right, Mike Heath, Mario Guerrero, and Dave McKay. Here's a pitch, and that is a 62, which will be a strikeout. So Heath chases and down on strikes, 1 away. Next is Mario Guerrero, who's 1 for 3, and that is bounced to third. Picked up easily by Ted Cox, and he throws out Guerrero. Dave McKay is up. Let's see what we can do here in terms of pinch hitter. Lefties on the mound. I'm going to bring in Mike Edwards to pinch hit. Mike Edwards. Switch hitter. He's going to bat from the right side. And actually, you know what? McKay's a switch hitter. I could use Edwards for the next batter. All right. If this Dave McKay gets on, let's see what happens. Here's the pitch, and that's a 15. That will be a bouncer to second, and that will be the ball game. So no runs, no hits. In the bottom of the 9th inning, Roberts is going to pick up a save there on that one. The win is going to go to Honeycutt. Loss is going to go to Norris. And let's see, let's get all this in here. It was final scores 8-6. Hits are 3, 4, 8. 8 hits for the Mariners, 2 errors. For the A's had 3, 4, 7, 8, 9 hits. And no errors that I could see. No errors. And Norris, let's see, Norris went 7.1, and he gave up the whole 8 hits, gave up 8 runs. They were all earned runs. So his ERA league leading ERA will take a hit. How many did he walk in this game? Does not walk many. He has a lot of control. He walked 1. He walked 2. He walked 2. 1 was intentional. Strikeout, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts. And home runs, 1 big home run. No hit by pitch, no wild pitch, and takes the loss. All right, this is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, Fall Classic Baseball. Hope you enjoyed the stream.